Hi guys, happy 19th of March. You can see Kitty, my winter kitty is in the background of this video. Do you guys have some pets that you're getting to snuggle with at home while we are home for a little bit? Yeah, mine is going to join us in class today. So I'm sure that you guys like to get to see the kitty. Let's see if I can even show you the winter kitty. Hi, kitty. And hopefully she won't be too much of a distraction for us. Let me do some shout outs to start out off with today. I'm so excited that Johnny and also Tucker and Brooklyn, Livy and Rose, they were all reaching out to me or had their parents reaching out on their behalf to try to get some more information about some of those helpful logins that we've got while we are doing our remote learning. Thank you for reaching out. If you have questions about your passwords, usernames, any of those types of things, please do feel free to reach out to me so that I can try to find answers for us. Google Classroom is going to be our best place, I think, in order to communicate back and forth with each other. So please get on Google Classroom if you have access to that. And if you don't know how, I can guide you through how to get back into your Google Classroom. I've already got some assignments set up for you guys. We're going to go ahead and continue on with our StoryWorks Junior to a certain degree, and I will always be reading your comments and your feedback on that. Also, I wanted to do another shout out for Brooklyn and her brother Isaiah, because teamwork makes the dream work, and they devised a plan to catch a leprechaun, and I thought it was awesome. And we're going to have to try to catch a leprechaun with some of these good diagrams and plans that you guys have come up with. All right, so as promised, we are going to start with the problem that we left off with in yesterday's video, okay? So let's look at, let's go this way. Let's look at that problem. And I've already started on some of this just to save a little bit of time this time, all right? But let's read the problem again, even though we read it yesterday. There are, ready, set, read. There are 16 three-leaf clovers. How many leaves are there in all? Okay, so now I'm going to trust you guys to read that one to yourselves. All right, so what do? We start with our question. And the question is, how many leaves are there in all? And the clue phrase this time was what? I can almost hear some of you. That's right, in all. In all tells us that we're either going to be adding or we're going to be multiplying. Now, what were our other things that were important pieces of information that we needed to solve the problem? Well, we need to know that there are 16 what? If you said clovers, kiss your brain. That's right, there are 16 three-leaf clovers. And they snuck in another piece of information that we need in the form of a number word. So 3 is the number that we need right there. All right, so I drew my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clovers, and then I doubled that because it makes 16. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then we could have done 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 and so on. And we could do that because repeated addition is something that would work to solve this problem. But another thing that would work to solve this problem will be multiplication, which we will get to in just a moment. Let's start by counting by threes, though. Okay, so we did 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 3 more. That's right, 18, 21, 24, 27. Then 3 times 10 would be 30, times 11 would be 33, 3 times 12 would be 36. So if I have 36 in my head and I count up 3 more, don't start with 36, 36 is in your head. So 36, then 37, 38, 39, good. So 39's in my head now. What do I start counting with? That's right. I can almost hear some of you say 40. That's right. 40, 41, 42. Plus 3 more is 45. And then 3 more makes 48. All right. So that's where we are so far in solving this problem. Okay. Now, just like yesterday, I want to focus on our distributive property because it really helps to break down a multiplication problem if you can use the distributive property. All right, so I'm going to put this a little closer to you. We've got 16 clovers times 3 leaves. Remember when Miss Janot told you that you can replace this symbol with the words groups of in your head if it is a true multiplication problem, right? 16 groups of 3. That's what we have. Yesterday, when I broke 16 apart, I used 8 and 8 because I do like doubles, and we work with a lot of doubles, and I think that that's great. However, this time I want to try 2 different factors that would still add to 16 as a sum. Okay, so if I was adding something plus something equals 16, they would be add-ins, right? We're going to turn them into factors for the multiplication part of this problem. But right now, truly, it's an addition problem when I'm just looking at the 16. What plus what would give me 16 as a sum? Well, we know 8 plus 8 will, but what if we use Miss Janot's favorite 10 that she likes to work with? What would be left out of that 16? So if I had 10 plus something equals 16, what would go in that box? If you said 6, kiss your brain, good job. That's right, I've already used up that 10, so now I just need to grab those ones. I had 6 ones, okay? And that's how I broke it down. So what if I had the 10 in parentheses times 3, so now we've turned that 10 into a factor instead of an add-in, right? Don't forget to not bring down, but don't forget your plus sign because we're going to be adding these 2 groups in a moment. All right, I've used the 10. What's next? Yes, I need to put the 6 right here, and then I'm going to multiply that also by 3. That makes it a little bit easier to do 16 times 3 than setting it up as if it were a vertical problem that looked like that. That's coming for you guys as 3rd graders. That's coming, but let's go ahead and focus on the distributive property and how that works to our advantage, and it can help us with problems like this. All right, 10 times 3. Anything times 10 is so easy, isn't it? You just take the other number and follow it up with a 0. Easy, easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Bring down your plus sign, okay? And some of you are already yelling out the product here. I can hear it because you guys know, oh, you said it already. You said it when we were back here working on this because you were so many steps ahead of me. And that's awesome that you guys have those memorized. If you don't yet have those memorized, we can always go back and look at the work we've already done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Let me do that again where you can see it. I'm sorry that I moved that down where you couldn't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 groups of 3 is 18. And for those that already knew that, I'm so excited that you already had an 18 down here probably. Okay, now, no regrouping. Mental math is going to definitely be something that we can do right here. So look at just your ones places. You have 0 ones here, you have 8 ones here. That's going to still be 8 ones because you had 8 and you didn't do anything to it, so it just remained an 8. All right, now we have 1 10 here, 3 10s here. That makes 4 10s total. 48. If you don't feel comfortable with the mental math, set it up as a vertical problem or even another diagram or model if you needed to. But I think that if you lined up your 10s with your 1s right here, that you should be able to easily do a vertical problem out of this one and still get 48. All right, so let's answer it in the form of a question. There are 48 leaves in all, period. Now we've answered that question. I'm not done though talking about the number 48. I want to do some other things with the number 48. Okay, so I'm going to put 48 here again. Okay, this time with the 48, we are going to round it to the nearest 10 and round it to the nearest 100. Because, boys and girls, our rounding skills are important and we need to keep those sharp. All right, so 48 has a tens place, and I look next door. Go back in your notes from yesterday, if you need to, and look and see what we decided about what the 8 would do when we are rounding. What will it do? That's right, it's going to round up. Good job. So if I round that up, 4 goes up to 5, just like if you're 4 years old this year, you'll be 5 years old next year, right? 4 goes up to 5, and you just follow it up with zeros. Let's check that as if we were looking at our number line. Okay, what two tens is 48 between, right? So if I went backwards where the numbers are decreasing or they are going lower in value, then the next thing over here with a 0 in the tens place would be 40. And if I go this way where the numbers on the number line are increasing or getting greater in value, then the next thing with a 0 in the ones place would be 50. So we can see that we picked the right one. Okay, now let's look at 48 as if we were rounding it to the nearest 100. It doesn't have anything in the hundreds place, does it? No, but if we're rounding to the nearest 100, we have to start with the hundreds place, even if it is an imaginary placeholder hundreds place, okay? All right, so there we go. And now we're looking at what the 4 would do to it, okay? So what will the 4 do? Will the 4 round it down, or will the 4 round it up? All right, and if it rounds it down, what will it round it to? And if it rounds it up, what will it round it to? All right, let's think about that. Okay, so if my placeholder is an imaginary placeholder, it's a 0, then clearly 0 is where we begin. All right, so if we are rounding, this should be a 48 right here, sorry. If we are rounding 48 to the nearest 100 and 0 is on this end, then what would be the next 100 over here on this end? What will be the first of all the hundreds, which is 100. Okay, so what is that 4 going to do? Make us round down to 0 or make us round up to 100? And I hear so many of you out there and you're telling me it's 0. That's right. If I'm rounding 48 to the nearest 100, my answer is 0. Because the 4 will round down, and the number that we have to work with if we have a 0 in the place as our placeholder is 0. So hopefully that was helpful to you as kind of a tricky little rounding problem. And I do have more videos coming because I did promise you some books and some read-alouds today, and I promise you that they are coming. This will just be video number 1. I will probably do at least 2 more videos today. I might even do 3 because I know tomorrow starts your official spring break. But I feel like maybe we need some read-alouds over spring break, even if we are taking a break to do other things and do some fun things at home. I know we're not probably going anywhere, and that's okay. We can still go on virtual tours of all those museums and fun places that we've posted links for you on the Pleasant Hill Elementary School Facebook page. So if you need those links sent to you in another place, I can put them in our Google Classroom for you as well. But I'm signing off on video number 1 for today, and you'll see me again a little bit later. Bye, guys.